Marcus, how does a kid who grew up in Ventura end up acting in LA?
You have a really supportive high school drama teacher who takes you to a acting class in Los Angeles, and you have to deal with the fact that you really suck and you have to unlearn everything you thought you knew, and you stick to it, and you take the criticism and you grow from it, and you hone your craft, and eventually your acting coach in LA introduces you to an agent who happens to be his wife, and you audition for them, and they take you on, and then you start auditioning for things. And if you're lucky, you get to read for a show created by Stephen Bochco, and they hire you, and it does well, and you impress a guy like Stephen Bochco, and he invites you to join a television series. That's how it happened for me, back in the 1600s. I don't know how it works now, but
Right. I mean, that's so. Just rewinding a little bit. I mean, Ventura's a beautiful town.
yes,
It's more of like sort of a family environment.
yes, very much.
And it's what, 2 hours away from LA? Just for those who
Probably by
don't know.
now, traffic wise. I mean, it's normally should be an hour, but there's a lot of traffic here that it used to not be here. So I would probably say about an hour and a half.
Okay. So you were taking drama classes, and was that your plan all along to be an actor?
No, I thought I wanted to be an architect. I was
Architect,
horrible at
oh.
math,
Wow.
and I couldn't draw, but I was going to be an architect. I had a teacher, and her husband was an architect, and they looked very fancy to me. So I was like, oh, okay, well, to be fancy, you'll be an architect. And I was terrible at math. I didn't know you needed that. I didn't know what you needed to be an architect. I just wanted the fancy life. But my drama teacher was smart enough to say, maybe try this instead. I don't know if that architect stuff's going to work out so well with your math grades. So that's kind of how that happened.
I like how, sorry to interrupt, but I like how you said that you didn't know what you needed to be an architect. What do you think people need to be an actor? 'Cause that's, I mean, you drove 2 hours.
I think you need, and this probably is a little bit unpopular nowadays, I think you need talent. I think you need more than talent. I think you need drive and ambition. And especially in today's landscape, you need to have at least a base understanding of the way the business works. And you have to understand where you fit in. People look at you, casting directors and such, they're looking at your picture to set a role. And if you look like me, you're not going to look like the guy that Chris Pine is going to play. You know what I mean? So you have to understand that. You have to know where you fit, and you have to be able to navigate that in a realistic way. It doesn't mean that you can't get to where you want to go, but you do have to be able to operate within the industry as it is right now and how you fit into it right now. And I think that sort of realism mixed with talent, hard work, drive, and ambition is what brings us these people that kind of come up out of nowhere and break the molds. You know what I mean?